Let's talk about the stretch, wrap, and tighten tourniquet, also referred to as a SWAT T tourniquet, as an effective tool in stopping massive arterial hemorrhage. Let's show you how to apply this. First off, make sure that when you are going to apply it, that you have set the wound up properly by removing as much of the material surrounding the wound so that you can better assess it and also apply the tourniquet. Now, when you're going to apply it, whether you're applying through self-application or victim application, it's important to remember that you will need to make sure that the leader of the tourniquet is closest to you before you make the first turn on that limb. This will allow you to better grab the tourniquet, hold it in place as you place the tourniquet onto itself and get that initial bite so that every subsequent wrap around the limb can be applied with great force and tourniqueting pressure. Okay, let's go ahead and do this with a self-application of this tourniquet. Again, remember we're going to apply the tourniquet and the leader closest to myself. As I apply it, I'm going to make sure that I hold on to the roll of the tourniquet. I'm going to put pressure and make sure that I hang on to it so that I can get that first initial bite. And once I come over and under my arm, I'm going to again put the first pressure. Because I got the bite on it, it allows me to pull this much pressure onto it to get the first initial compression on this tourniquet. I'm going to come up and over my arm and not add any additional pressure, but maintain pressure on the tourniquet as I go underneath my arm again, for which will be the third wrap around my arm. And on this one, I'm going to add even more pressure onto the tourniquet. On top of the tourniquet is where I'm going to place it each and every time so that it continues to bind onto itself. Once I get the third one over, and I again just holding pressure, not adding more pressure as I go up and under it. On the fourth one, I'm going to do the last pull on it. So I've got 3 solid wraps of compression on it. And at this point, I'm just going to allow this tourniquet roll to loosen up within my hands. It's still super tight here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to come around it and use the remaining material to tuck underneath that soft wrap that I just did as a last tourniquet wrap. What it's done is it has allowed it to secure onto itself, and then I bound it underneath to make sure that it doesn't come free. I can tell already that it's as tight as any other tourniquet I've ever applied to myself. I would know because there is no further bleeding going on, and then I could confirm it by checking for the absence of a pulse. The SWAT tourniquet is an effective tool and can be used in a number of different ways. It can be used for pediatric patients by just cutting it in half and allowing you to have enough material so that you can better apply it onto a pediatric patient. It can be used for canine application when most tourniquets cannot. It could also be used to aid in a pressure dressing as well as in splinting. And lastly, it can be used very effectively when dealing with penetrating chest trauma and when you need an occlusive chest seal. You can simply cut portions of the SWAT T tourniquet and apply it as an occlusive chest seal. Remember, keep a SWAT T tourniquet with you at all times, become very proficient with its use, and make sure it stays in your trauma kit. Stay safe.